So while we're preparing our cheese, can you tell me a little bit about what you're working on
Yes.
in the school department?
We just had our strategic plan approved by the school committee. The 4 goals of the strategic plan are around teaching and learning. Goal number 1, which makes sense since we're a teaching and learning organization. But along with that, we also have safe and supportive schools. That's our second goal. And when I say that, the goals aren't in any priority order, but they are in sort of, there are 4 of them. So this is done, so I'm just going to again put this right in. Our third goal is around family and community engagement. This is an example, by the way, of family and community engagement, having an opportunity to hopefully talk to the public about our plan and share a favorite dish. And then finally, budget and capital improvement. And so the work that we're doing around the strategic plan is all centered in the initiatives that fall under those. Again, see how quick this is?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just already, that's a whole thing just of cheese already done. So do you want to cut that into a smaller piece?
You think,
or do you
like
want
half
me
of
to?
it?
I can do it. I am all about the cheese, so
Yeah,
I'm
I
not a
love
good
cheese.
person, so to say, I don't go light on the cheese, if anything. And it's okay to mix it up, because guess what? It's all going to the same place, so.
Absolutely.
We're not going to do anything separate, which is again the beauty of, and then I just take this, put it in. In the meantime, I can see the water is boiling and the butter is melted, so we're going to have to put our pasta in.
Yeah, we got a little compacted cheese in here, but nothing we can't handle.
All right, we can handle that.
So this strategic plan, how long is it going to be in effect for?
Well, it's a 5-year plan, so it starts this year. The strategic plan is not a 1-year kind of plan. It's going to take months and again up to 5 years to really to make sure that the initiatives and the impact of those initiatives are clear to the community. So I'm just going to turn this down a little bit. The butter is just about there. Okay, so now I have to pay attention to the flour because this is the roux and we don't want to mess this up. All right, so I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to put some flour in. We have some measuring spoons here. This is a tablespoon, so I'm going to start off by putting 4 tablespoons of flour. This is just all-purpose flour. I'm just going to mix it right in to the butter. So there's 1, there's 2. I'm just going to mix it in before I don't just dump it all in at once because then you can worry that it will become clumpy. Here's 3, and I'm gonna just see how that is. And then there is 4. All right, and I'm probably gonna put 6 in. I'm sure anyone who cooks at home knows that nothing's ever perfect and you might add more or less. So I'm actually going to add a little bit more to this because I want it to be a little bit thicker than it is right now.
All right.
So I'm going to do 5. And I'm going to, again, like I said, I'm going to mix it in before I add more because I think that helps just to get an eye for what's going on. All right.
And so this roux is eventually going to become the cheese sauce.
This is the cheese sauce. So this is like a really important part of the cooking process. Just like kind of like the strategic plan, the important part of the process is it's the sauce, right?
Yeah, yeah, I love that. It's the sauce of the schools.
That's right, it's the sauce of what we do. So I'm going to salt and pepper, and again, it says in the recipe 1 or 2 tablespoons. Me, I just kind of eye it. So it's up to you how much spice you like to put in your food, but I like to put this in early in the roux because I don't want it to get lost in the sauce. And I'm just going to mix this up, make sure the pasta's not sticking together. I'm going to mix this. I've never had to talk about the strategic plan and cook at the same time. So if I'm a little off, oh, by the way, this is onion powder. and I'm gonna put a teaspoon of onion powder, or an eighth of a teaspoon in. And it's powder, not salt. Do you know why, Magnolia?
Because we don't want to oversalt.
That's great. And do you know, like, the garlic powder and the onion powder are actually a more condensed onion and garlic than you get in a salt. What I love is going to the football games, going to the band competitions, going to volleyball or girls and boys soccer or field hockey and
Yeah, it was awesome to see you at town meeting coming in from the volleyball game with your pink on. Yeah.
Because, I mean, one of the things that I think is important for me anyway as a superintendent is to know, because when you go to those events, you do get a feel for what the community is invested in, and you get to know people outside of the regular sort of school work, and that relationship building really does help you as you work through the inevitable challenges that you're going to face in any community. And so that's been helpful for me, and again, I'm in my second year here, and I could not have felt any more welcoming.
Yeah, time flies.
It feels like it was. I know. I remember meeting you the night I interviewed for the position.
It feels like just yesterday you were starting, and now you're a year in. You've got a strategic plan and a sauce that looks like it's nearing completion.
I know, and I know. And now that the secret's in the sauce, they say that, right? So the sauce is the district strategic plan.
Okay.
Right. So the outcomes are the work we do to get there. So we're doing the work. Right? But, you know, different than completed mac and cheese, it's going to take us some time. You can hear the budget. I have to mention budget and capital improvement. And just because, I just want to say, I have an amazing team of folks that I work with, whether it's Mr. Kiley, Mrs. Paveo, Dr. Thibault, Mr. Galashaw, Ms. Denicio, Mrs. Redlawn, that core central office team, and everybody who works in that central office building. You know, we are in service of the school district and the community, and at the same time, I'm so grateful for our principals. We have such great school leaders, and just in general, the whole educational community out there, regardless of the position you hold, everybody here is just so committed to doing what's right by our students in this community. So how lucky am I? All right, what do you think?
I think it's...
you know, I'm gonna add a little more milk, and this is why. Because I always get nervous that it's gonna be too dry, so there's not that much left. So why not just use it?
Yeah.
Right?
I can take that.
Thank you. I know, clean, and I'm a clean as you go person too. So I think that's important. So this is this, and now this is, to me, again, the beauty of Dutch oven. You can do everything right in it. So I'm just gonna take this cheese and I'm gonna put it right in there.
There you go.
And how great is that? But we are going to end up grating a little more cheese at some point.
Okay.
Because I like to put some in at the end.